Rainbow Girl 99 says, do you remember me? I inboxed you a little while back with lots of questions. You said you would answer them in a video sometime. I look forward to the vid. God bless. Oh my gosh, Rainbow Girl, please don't be mad at me. My inbox on my Instagram is like it goes really far back, and it takes a long time to answer some of you guys back. Like, you see how I'm talking to you, I take forever when I'm answering a question, and I feel like when I write you guys, it takes forever to answer some of you back. So like I don't always check my inboxes if it's gonna take a while, because like it's a lot easier for me to just reply on pictures, because it's like a quick thank you that I can say really fast, and it's not me answering a long question. Yeah, I would have to go all the way back. And it was easier for me a while ago to say that, and now, like, as time has passed on, it's gotten harder and harder because things have piled up. And so it's like in Confessions Part 3, Rachel was like, I won't be able to answer all of you back, and I was like, oh, I'll answer all of you guys back. That was when Ariana was a baby and she wasn't crawling or walking yet. She was only 6 months at the time, and I was like, I can answer everyone back. I had time back then. Now, when you have like a toddler running around, things get harder to do. I'm like sweating. Can you tell that I'm sweating on camera? I'm sorry. And I've gotten like so many questions, like between YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I get a lot. But I wanted people to ask me questions that were specific to audition stuff, to just kind of compile it in one place. Rainbow Girl, please forgive me if I don't answer your questions right away. And then and I also got backed up with filming videos too. That didn't help either. When I was like, in the month of March, I barely did like one quick vlog. You guys were correcting me not to say vlog, to say vlog instead. But then somebody was like, just own vlog, Jen, just say vlog anyway. So, because I was thinking it was like video, log. Okay, Lucas is like not happy. All right, let me do next question. Brittany Cash, how likely is it to be chosen on your first audition? Is there a certain amount of time you have to wait until you can go again? You know, for Rachel and I were very, very blessed that we were chosen on our first audition, because, and you know, I never asked other girls when I was working there, how many times did you have to audition? I never asked them that kind of question, just because it was like, once the girl was in, she was just happy to be there, and we never talked about what they went through to get to where they were. Because we were always, you know, you're so, because once you're there, you're like worried about a whole brand new set of things. And so then it becomes about, do I look okay? Does this lipstick look okay? How's my wig? You know, that type stuff. You know, I did know another fellow Princess Jasmine who had auditioned several times. We never discussed how many times that she auditioned, but she was finally cast, and she was an amazing Jasmine. She just, for some reason, the casting directors couldn't see it in her. I will say she was kind of like an awkward, nerdy type girl, which I considered myself to be nerdy too, but like she just kind of looked more like, you know, if you ever saw the Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway, you know, the before and after, the makeover that she went through, she was kind of like that. And I think because she was nerdy on the outside, like they had a hard time seeing her as a Disney princess. Like, and when I say she looked nerdy, like she really had some awkwardness about her. And so it took them a while to be like, oh yeah, you could be Princess Jasmine. And once they finally put that wig on her, and you know, it changed her look completely. But I feel like also you have to become more confident inside to let it show on the outside. And I don't know if, you know, it just took her a while. I don't know why, but once they finally cast her, she was awesome as Princess Jasmine. You just had to get that outfit on her, and she was kind of on the shorter side too, so I think that might have deterred them from casting her initially as well. So she was one of the shortest Jasmines that I ever worked with. She was like 5'3", and that rarely happened that they would let a girl who was 5'3" do Jasmine at that time. But apparently now they have a lot more, they're more open because Princess Anna starts at 5'3". There's kind of no point to doing your hair when you have a baby because they're just going to pull it and everything. Oh, and she also asked, is there a certain amount of time you have to wait until you can go again? I never heard anything about people having to wait a certain amount of time before they can go again. I think I heard somebody say that when they auditioned in England, they were told to wait a certain amount of time. But in the USA, I think people just would go every week. Is it true that if there's ever an emergency at the park, that there's an underground where ambulances can go to? There is definitely an underground tunnel system in Disney, and like I've seen small cars driving around in there, but I've never seen an ambulance fit through the tunnels. That would be kind of dangerous. There's a lot of people walking all over the place in the tunnels down below, and I feel like if an ambulance just came racing down the tunnels, that it would, you know, a lot of people would might get hit or something, you know. Like doors open up into the tunnels, and so I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure that they could go through there. Definitely emergency medical teams could go through there, and I'm sure there's some kind of emergency system in place. But there's a big fire station behind where Thunder Mountain is. There's a huge, beautiful fire station in the back roads right behind it. So they could just come through the back there and rescue people. There's a lot of back doors around Magic Kingdom for emergency teams to get through. Was it hard for you to be happy as a princess if you were having a bad day or in a bad mood? And have you ever snapped at anyone in character by accident? Annie Vogel. I've kind of answered the question about have I ever snapped at anyone in character by accident. The mood of anger, you are trained that angry feeling does not exist. That is an emotion that you never show as a character ever. And you know, I feel like it's pretty easy to do. I mean, you're in a happy environment a lot of times, and they give you DVDs to watch, like, because you would be out on set for like 40 minutes as Princess Jasmine. That was my lot. And then you would have a 20-minute break, and me and the Aladdin, we would go backstage and we would watch DVDs and eat snacks and have fun and hang out with some of the musicians that were playing at Epcot. And then like if I was with the princesses at Norway, we would go back to the break room, eat candy or watch DVDs or what have you. We were just having fun, checking our makeups, hairspraying up our wigs, you know, like it was just a good time. So I kind of felt like you were always in a good mood. But I mean, I don't know, and if I was unhappy, like if I was angry at my boyfriend or fiance or husband at the time, I think, you know, I kind of left it at the door because you were going to play princess for several hours. So I feel like it was kind of easy to leave behind, especially out on set. Even if you were mad about something at work, like maybe you weren't cast in a show that you really wanted to get cast in or something, and like I remember being jealous of some of the girls who did Cinderellabration, and if one of you girls in particular who I follow on social media is watching this, I don't know if you knew that I was jealous, but I wanted the tiaras that you guys wore, because the Princess Jasmines who were in the stage show of Cinderellabration, they got these sparkly tiaras and mine was just a regular wig. So, but anyway, I feel like once you stepped out on set, it was easy to put that stuff behind you and forget about it because you were just having so much fun doing what you were doing, and then you could go be sad about it when you got off set. And so I don't know, I felt like when you're smiling, it just kind of takes over your mood. They say if you're ever in a bad mood to put a smile on your face anyway, and like your body will begin to, like you will just become happier. I don't know if that's true. It seemed to work at Disney. I must have been making too much noise because my daughter woke up from her nap. think I might have to try to put her back down a little later. I don't know if that'll work. Let's see if she lets me film this without much interruption. I was only going to answer a couple more questions anyway. I'm trying to answer these in order, but like I said, I kind of have to go far up. Let's see. Oh, I'm not really sure I finished answering Amy Vogel's question. Was it hard for you to be happy as a princess? But yeah, like I guess the answer, the short answer to that is, I felt like when I was on set, it was easy to be happy as a princess. The performing part was easy to me. But backstage, like once I was off set, I don't know, that the mask, I don't know, you were in a good mood for most of the time. I think there's definitely things backstage that could get to you. Like I do remember crying once when some girls were mean to me. I remember crying. And so, but it was easy when I went out on set to be happy. Like the tears went away or whatever. Camry and Mullen. She writes, not exactly audition related, but are different princesses given heights? For example, I've heard Rapunzel is on the shorter side, but can anyone on the taller side, 5'6" to 5'7", be pulled for Rapunzel? And I think I answered that question in my last video. Yes, that Rapunzel has a wide range of heights. NYC Fashion 411, is it okay to have super curly hair? I know you wear a wig. Lucas. He's quiet so long as I'm walking around usually. Anyway, I know you wear a wig, but all the girls I see getting cast have very straight hair. I knew plenty of girls who had very curly hair who were cast as princesses who had straight hair. Like the wig was straight, but their hair underneath was super curly. So don't let your curly hair stop you. I can't do this. I can't focus. I can't focus when he's crying. Like, it's hard to focus on answering. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause this video and come back because Lucas has decided I am not filming right now. So sometimes, that's why I can go days without filming, because I dread having to appease the kids and film. Okay, so I'm trying not to talk too loud now because now my son is napping. And I'm not holding him during his nap, which is completely new. I was telling Rachel that my son, for every nap he takes, he needs me to hold him or else he can't nap. Like he would cry and cry, and it used to wake Ariana up during her naps. So I would just hold him so that he wouldn't be waking up my daughter. Anyway, he's in his crib, so knock on wood, I really hope that stays that way while I film this really fast. Mentally, I'm like all over the place because Ariana woke up from her nap early. She was not supposed to do that. She heard me. I was making too much noise. Tor Hannah, I absolutely love your videos. You are always so helpful and kind. Thank you, Tor Hannah, for that sweet, sweet comment. Thank you for seeing me as kind. I do try my best to be as kind as I can. Thank you for putting time into helping aspiring princesses. What do you suggest someone wear to an audition? Thanks. Well, you know, I can tell you what I wore, and I can tell you what, if I'm not mistaken, what Rachel wore. I want to see Rachel dressed kind of like I did, with like sweatpants and a t-shirt. I think. Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you should post on Instagram, Rachel, what you wore. But I just wore a red simple tank top. It was something cheap, like from Target or other, or maybe Old Navy, you would get it. And then some black pants with like a drawstring, like something that you would wear around the house, like bumming it. And I think I had some tennis shoes that might have been New Balance, maybe. I don't even think they were brand name. They were like a generic Target or something tennis shoe. And I don't know why I wore that. I think I wore that because I knew there was going to be a dance audition and I wanted something comfortable. Okay, that's really cute that she just got really excited. She gets excited when Pooh falls down from like trying to get honey, but I'm super scared that that woke up my son. So hopefully it didn't. Anyway. Yeah, Pooh fell. Oh no, Pooh fell. Oh, it woke up my son. Oh, I'm trying to film and it's so hard sometimes.